In this video, we're diving into 7 minimalism money habits you can use to simplify your finances this week. Number 6 is what Rich Dad Poor Dad author Robert Kiyosaki used to become a millionaire. We've divided our list into two groups. First, we'll tackle cutting out the bad. Then, we'll move on to creating a healthy relationship with money. Just like dieting or exercising, focusing solely on cutting out the bad stuff might work for a short while, but it's not sustainable. As billionaire Tony Robbins cleverly points out, the first 3 letters in the word diet spell die. No wonder most people struggle to stick to one. So after we identify the habits we need to eliminate, we'll shift our focus to embracing the good habits that'll set us up for long-term success. Hey guys, it's Bruce. Welcome back to Money Maps. With 8 out of 10 Americans living paycheck to paycheck, it's clear we all have something to learn about these habits today. Let's start out with cutting out these bad habits. 1. Remove distractions. When you hear the word minimalism, you'll likely think of decluttering, and maybe you've spent time Marie Kondoing your house. But instead of focusing on physical clutter, we're going to tackle mental clutter. Just think about all the information that bombards your mind daily. Notifications, social media, phone calls, articles, ideas, and ads. Still not convinced? Head to your phone's settings and check your screen time and notifications. You might be surprised by the number of notifications you receive in a day. The average phone user spends over 4 hours a day on their phone and checks it 160 times per day. Fun fact, the teenager I spoke with gets around 2,000 Snapchat notifications every week. So here's what you can do to declutter your mind. Beginner mode. Turn off notifications for apps like email and social media. Hard mode. Place your phone in another room during focused work sessions. With your new cleared up mind, you're free to focus on what's most important to you. If you're interested in more tips on phone electronics use, comment with the words hard mode, and I'll create a whole video based on this new trend of digital minimalism. 2. Cancel unused subscriptions. These days, monthly subscriptions are everywhere, and let's be honest, we don't always need or use them all. So why not put on your minimalism hat and take a closer look at your subscription list? To do this, you can simply log into your bank account and filter by recurring payments. Or if you'd like someone else to handle it for you, you can try services like Rocket Money or Trim to make the process even easier. By reevaluating your subscriptions, you'll be able to make more informed decisions about what you truly need, and possibly save some money along the way. So let's get started on decluttering those subscriptions and embracing a more minimalist approach to our finances. Now, let's move on to the positive side of our list, creating a healthy relationship with money. 3. Know your monthly nut. What is a monthly nut? It's a term often used by financial advisors and businesses. It's simply the total amount you and your family spend each month. There are 3 main areas to consider. Fixed expenses. These are your family's essential operating expenses, such as housing, utilities, and groceries, which keep you going day to day. Variable expenses. These costs are less predictable and sometimes less essential. They include travel, major clothing purchases, books, furniture, and more. Debt. All of your debt payments, including credit cards, vehicles, and home loans. The average American's monthly spend is $5,777, with 30% of that going to housing. Understanding your monthly nut is the first step to managing your finances and staying on top of your spending habits. You can do this by hand, or there are some great services out there to do it for you, like Personal Capital or Mint, that track all your bank accounts, loans, stocks, and everything in your financial life in one place, so it can easily give you your monthly nut automatically. No Excel or long lists by hand required. 4. Enjoy micro luxuries. In an episode of his podcast with frugality expert Mr. Money Mustache, Tim Ferriss introduces the concept of micro luxuries. This idea highlights how indulging in luxury class items like chocolate might not be significantly more expensive than their regular or discount brand counterparts, perhaps just a $10 difference. On the other hand, when it comes to big-ticket items like luxury cars or homes, the price gap can range from hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars. Here's how Tim explains it.
Oftentimes what we think will make us happy does not make us happy. And the point being that to have a functional car and then to have what society tells you is the optimal car, say some type of sports car, there's a massive delta in price and you pay some severe penalties for that. But to have to go from a good chocolate to an excellent chocolate to world-class chocolate, it might only be the difference of $10 or $12, right? And so there are places where you can optimize without being obnoxiously or frugal to a disabling extent and derive maximal pleasure. That's the point I was trying to make.
Let me know in the comments what micro luxuries you'll be enjoying this week. 5. The 1% rule. The 1% rule is a helpful guideline when it comes to making significant purchases. According to this rule, if the potential purchase is over 1% of your yearly income, you should wait 3 days before deciding to buy it. This waiting period allows you to carefully consider the purchase and determine if it's a necessary expense or just an impulsive buy. By giving yourself time to think it through, you're more likely to make better financial decisions and avoid unnecessary spending. 6. Go from "I can't" to "How can I?" A central part of creating a healthy relationship with money comes in the language we use to talk about it. In his best-selling book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, author Robert Kiyosaki shares the story of his two role models, a rich dad and a poor dad, and their two contrasting attitudes and outcomes regarding money. One significant difference between them is the way they would talk about affordability. While the poor dad would say, "I can't afford that," the rich dad would ask, "How can I afford that?" This subtle shift in the words we use can transform our mindset, encouraging our brains to think creatively about possibilities rather than hitting a dead end. By adopting this approach, we can come up with innovative ideas on how to make things financially achievable. In Kiyosaki's own words,
So never say, "I can't afford it." My rich dad forbade his son and me to say the words "I can't." He says, ask yourself, how can I? The reason I have so much money is because I don't say I can't do it. I just go, how can I do it? And I just go and do it. So when I meet poor people, they use the words "I can't" a lot. So the people that say, "I can't afford it, I can't do this, I can't get to college," the rich are evil, I choose not to participate in that.
7. Gratitude. Much like Habit 6, Habit 7 revolves around the language we use and our attitude towards money. A simple shift in how we think about spending can significantly impact our mindset. When it comes to paying for things, especially bills, do you feel frustrated or feel grateful? It may seem odd to be grateful for spending money, but consider the benefits you are getting from the bill you are paying. For instance, think about how fortunate you are to have someone collect your garbage and transport it across the city to a landfill. How grateful are you that you don't have to go to the landfill each week? Or how about the convenience of having clean drinking water instantly available? And isn't it wonderful that you can pay someone for gas instead of chopping wood and waking up in the middle of the night to maintain a fire for warmth? By shifting our perspective, we can transform many expenses from sources of irritation to reasons for gratitude. So let's embrace the power of a positive mindset and appreciate the services and conveniences that our hard-earned money can give us. As a bonus 8th habit, would you like to know the number one asset billionaires agree that you should put your money into right now? Click the video here to find out. Thanks for watching.